Engage forward gear and okay. Oh, yes, okay, we just noticed the header's facing the wrong way. Yeah, let's jump out there and let's go get the tractor and do this thing. As I said, very tight farm. Doesn't give you a lot of room to maneuver around stuff. So we are going to have to how are we going to do this? Going to have to wait. Well, it's not going up the driveway, but at least we're out the way, and we can probably turn it around now. Oh, no, 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 no. You can wait right there. I hope. Please do not knock the header. Okay then. Off you go. And off we go. That's done. Now, let's get this back to where we were. Don't fall down the hill too far. Okay. We can jump out and run back up here. Now it's all pointing the right way. Any traffic? No, go. Oh, jeez. Really messing this up, and Harvester is not too happy.
Play still.
With the horsepower requirements of this hill. Okay. Yeah. Hold your horses, because I don't have any. Ugh. Okay. Back up a little, and we'll jump in the tractor and get that header set right. Okay, is that good? There we go. Headers on. Jump back in the tractor and pull forwards. Looks like it's far enough out the way. No. Hold. The header. Oh, come on. Okay, try that one again. Yes. Okay, we're in the field, the traffic is moving. And we can turn all the orange blinky lights off. Off. Thank you. Hey, God of Thunder, long time no see. How you doing? Oh, this is canola. Well, it's a good job I didn't try and bring the trailer full of soybeans up here, otherwise I'd have been very disappointed trying to empty it. I know that I have 2 canola fields and 2 soybean fields. I thought I'd planted them at the same time, like I did with the wheat, but obviously not so much. Okay.
You don't want to stand in the corner. You better lay still. Get your legs down close.
See how straight we can
Get your
get
eyes closed.
that. Okay, straight-ish across the field. Go. And what I'll do is I'll pull up at the end of the field. We'll adjust the location of the header trailer. And then reattach the tractor to the tipper. Okay. Reverse gear. Let's back it up a bit. Oh. Yeah. Breathe in. And great. What I'll do is I'll drive around the farm so it's pointing on the way out. It's a bit zoomed in for me in my liking. There we go. Oh right, you said something about that. I think last time you were on when I was.
I have to tell you one more time you're born in the corner.
So is that all sorted out now? Okay, park this at the side of the road.
Get your legs down.
Since it's a private road, I can get away with that. We'll go back up and get the tipper attached. There we go. And we'll park this up on the end. Out of the way. Okay, tractor's good, harvester's sat here. Gonna have to maneuver around that pole. I don't know of any IT run auto loading bale trailers at this time. Admittedly, I've kind of been out of it for the last 4 days. As far as I'm aware, there's not been any mods added for auto-load trailers. At the moment, I mean, the trailers I've been using are the Anderson Bale trailers. I've found are quite functional. Especially for round bales. Admittedly, you know, for 2 of my farms I'm not baling. I'm using loading wagons. Oh, come on.
Stand up. Stand up.
And it's just
Hands behind your back. Put that on.
field mounting that I'm playing with my wife that we're actually doing any bale work with. Okay. Reverse gear. This is not a harvester friendly field. Or at least the edge of this field isn't. I didn't have too much trouble with the New Holland, I must admit. But that only had a 6-meter header, 4-meter header. This has 6. Oh, I see, yes. At this point, I haven't even got into square baling on anything yet. And on every farm except Mercury Farm, I don't have a tractor that could haul a square baler anyway. Oops. Okay. I think what we'll do here is run up along the edge of the road, take off a couple of rows to give us a little bit more turnaround space away from the traffic. Then again, if I do that, in all likelihood, we're going to end up with the field longer than it is wide. So I might as well keep running north to south. Is it north? Yeah. North to south. There we go. Back down the field. I think I'm probably going to have to run along the bottom, create a longer turnaround area. Because that shuffles right up against the cow pasture. but that's enough room to go this way. So we can now run straight down here, turn around, come back. Actually, I'm not sure I've got enough room to turn around and come back. There we go. So the centre part of this field is not too bad for this harvester, it's just the edges that I'm getting hooked up on. Oh yes, I saw a little bit of that. It'll be interesting to see who can actually play on that map, especially since, I mean, you face it, 64X, it's a 10 mile by 10 mile, give or take. And with tractors running at, what, 20 miles an hour for some of them? That's going to take you 30 minutes to travel from along one edge of the map. Now, another thing to consider is if you're running diagonally, that's going to take you almost an hour to get diagonally across the map. If you're going to drive roads to get to fields, it's going to take a long time. So it's a multiplayer map, but how many friends can you find who have computers that can support a 64X map? Let alone the server cost, because you're going to need a huge capacity for the map itself. I am standing on the brakes. Oh. Still rolling backwards. Okay. What are we doing? Not too bad, but now we are. Okay. What does this field look like? It's. I think north-south is the longer. So we'll do that.
Stand still.
Sorry about the background noise, but we have a 4-year-old who refuses to go to sleep because she doesn't want to. Now, I don't know. The thing with the bigger maps is obviously they come with bigger fields, and And as you know, I'm not a big fan of huge fields. Because it takes so long to get anything done. What's the time now? It's 9:15. So we've been harvesting since I started, and I think I started around 8:30. So we've been doing 45 minutes of harvesting, but we have harvested 2 separate fields. And as soon as this harvest is done, I'm going to have to hitch the tractor up onto the loading wagon and go collect all the straw from the first 2 fields we harvested last session. And how are we doing on the load? 6.9. Okay. Now there's nothing, you know, it's sort of like this is a good farm to get established on because you just need the small equipment, you don't need a lot of it, and you can get most of the stuff you want done with small equipment. And it's something I think that maps like Felsbrunn and Ravenport also lended themselves well to, because you started Ravenport, if you start on New Farmer, with a bunch of very, very small fields. But there's also a bunch of large fields on the map, so you can do large field contracts to make lots of money, obviously borrowing the equipment. But as you increase the size of your equipment, you can increase your land holding to equipment that's commensurate with the capabilities of your equipment, you know, to fields that are commensurate with the capabilities of your equipment.
Oh, here. Why aren't you laying still?
With big maps, they all tend to start with big fields, and taking a harvester like this out onto a huge field is not the best plan. So, I mean, I think, you know, oops.
I don't care if you were tired. I said it's time to go to sleep. You will lay down and go to sleep. Do you understand?
I think the idea that Daggerwin has, where he starts off maps and then moves to another one, but he takes either the equipment with him or the money with him, so you can eventually get onto a large map with large fields and start playing it with large equipment. Now obviously I haven't got to the point where I'm really retiring a map in a good condition. I played what was it? My starting 19 map was Estancia Lapacho, and that ended up getting completely messed up by the landscaping tool. But I don't think I'd got to a point on it where I really had much more money than I started with. Oakfield is a big challenge, yes, because the entrances are very narrow, but some of those fields are huge. And the hills are really steep as well. You know, it's one of those maps where you kind of want a big tractor. The first time I played Oldstream Farm on 17, I was playing New Holland, and I ended up T7 was a good sized tractor for this map if you wanted to use reasonable sized equipment. and I'm trying to avoid that. And the way I'm avoiding that is I'm still on the starting farm area. So it's not like I've got much in the way, and the equipment's all 3 meter or less. So I've not got anything that's really straining the tractor's capabilities at the moment. We can turn the header off. Pull up here and now what's it? The fields over there, you can see, looks like probably a wheat field between those trees. There's another one next to it. Those are very, very steep. And if you're using good-sized equipment, I think I turned those into grass fields. And you want to work the butterfly mower and a front mower. Even a barely 200 horsepower tractor can't cope with the field and running that level of equipment. So I ended up, as I said, T7, which has what in the way of power? No. T6, T7 a large tractor. Yeah, T7's classed as a large tractor. There we go. And yeah, that we're in the upper 200s, possibly even over 3. Yeah, I can put that over 313 horsepower, and that was sufficient to haul up hills. We need engine on and forward gear engaged. Now I'm holding off on Oakfield until Seasons comes out. Then we'll see where we go from there. Because with Seasons, what I tend to do in the first season is just buy a big tractor and field equipment and skip getting a harvester for the first year. I'll lease it towards the end of the year, and then following year maybe I'll buy a harvester. But the problem is you kind of need a big harvester for some of those fields on Oakfield. Okay, I am going to drop that there. Yeah, let's try that again. There we go. And we can go run and get the header trailer and bring the harvester back to the yard. Don't know why I've got the map open. I really don't need that open. Okay, so we want to keep the front of the harvester on the right. We'll run this as close as we can.